Hey Divas, welcome to week 6 of Women Unleash, where our inner strength meets unapologetic confidence. This week, we'll be talking about something powerful that will shape our destiny, and that is setting our goals for the rest of the year. But before we continue, if you're just passing by or you've been enjoying our broadcast, we encourage you to subscribe, like, share, and also engage with the worksheet. If you don't want to share in public, like we always say, send us a private message or I'll find another sister out there you can discuss with because accountability brings transformation. In the last few weeks, we've been reminding of ourselves of our uniqueness, that we're unique and we're special. We need to be able to also learn to love ourselves, accept ourselves the way we are, because we're worthy of being loved. Accept ourselves with our flaws and with all the good parts. While we work on our flaws, get help where we need help so that we can be a better version of ourselves. Last week, we talked about setting up, declaring our personal manifesto. And we said our personal manifesto is a declaration of our values, our identity, is our truth, and is the woman we are becoming. We're not there yet, but this is the vision of the person we want to be, the vision of the woman we want to see ourselves to be. So it is good that this week we'll be setting our personal goals. We want to turn those truths to tangible, faithful goals. That's what we want to do. Because the woman we're becoming needs direction. So we'll be more or less creating a direction for the woman we want to see ourselves being. I will just say here that setting goals is not just about box ticking. We used to in every year, beginning of the year, January, it was the 10 things I need to achieve this year, 1, 2, 3, and every time we're ticking it. But this time around, I want us to see it with a different perspective. Some of those goals that we set in January, perhaps we've not achieved them and we're already discouraged. But this time around, with a different perspective, look at them and set goals. Set 3 different goals, one for your personal well-being, one for your career, one for your relationship. I mean, those 3 areas of your life that are very important. You can have more, but these 3 basic parts, and give yourself, short-term goals, long-term goals, and mid-term goals. What will be our short-term, perhaps what you want to achieve in 1 week? For example, because we don't want to be, you don't want to push yourself and you don't want to compare yourself with any other person. Remember that we're unique, as our pace is different. For example, I will always use, women, our goal, our path for our well-being might be, I want to be living a healthy life. I want to lose weight. I want to be healthier. I want to look more beautiful. I want to, eat better. So, for example, like for the past 1 year, I've been working on my weight, and over the past 1 year, I've been able to drop 10 kg. With hard work and be consistent with it. But then what I've noticed is because what I've been doing, watching what I'm eating, trying my best to walk around, exercise, positive affirmations to myself, talking to myself, you can do it certain times, and encourage myself to eat. When I eat, I try my best to eat healthy food and cut down on the sugars. But I've realized also that even though I'm achieving my targets, but now, what do I have in extra? I have excess skin that I need to work on. So now, for example, my short-term goal might be, this week I want to focus on doing, exercise to try to firm my hands. And next week, I want to focus on exercise to try and, tighten my thighs. And the third week, I want to focus on exercise, abdominal exercise to tighten my core. And on the fourth week, I want to bring them all together. Yes, somebody else might be able to do all at once. Good luck to them. But we are not the same. The kind of job I do might not, allow me to be able to do all those things at once. But because I want result and I want to be consistent, because what is important in all these goals that we set is consistency. I always tell young people when I talk about being faithful, I say faithfulness is being consistent and committed in doing one thing that you're doing. It's not about doing 1 million things. If you have the capacity to do 20 things at the same time and achieve the same result, good results at the same time, that is good. We're all different. But if what you can focus on is one thing at a time, think about yourself, focus on that. This week you want to focus on this. This is what you want to achieve, because the end product is you want to be this healthy person, that's able to lose 1 kg by the end of August, for example. But this week, this is what you're going to do. You want to work on your eating habits. You want to cut down the sugar. You want to cut down anything sugary. You're not going to be taking fizzy drinks. This whole week, I'm not taking fizzy drink. I'm going to eat at the right time, and I'm not eating any cake or chocolate. See to it that you're able to achieve it. Once you're consistent in that, you're able to achieve it. You know what? It gives you a pat on the shoulder. It makes you motivated to try and do something better. Then the following week, you can add to it and say, you know what? This week, I've been consistent. We're not eating anything sugary. And I'm going to carry on because I know I can do it. They always say good habits is formed in 3 days. So 7 days, you've been able to achieve that. Following week, I'm going to add to it and say, you know what? I want to stop eating too much of white pasta or white rice or white bread. I'm going to cut that down. And perhaps you'll find that you're consistent with it. You're able to cut it down. You don't necessarily need to change your diet and go all the way to brown rice. You understand? But you'll be able to cut the rice down from 2 portions to 1 portion and add the extra portion now becoming vegetables, isn't it? You're adding to it. And you just keep going like that. And at the end of your 4 month or your 3 month that you set the target, then you look at it and say, what have I achieved? How have I been consistent? What have I been able to achieve? If you understand what I'm saying. So that's what we'll be doing. You're going to set one for your well-being, one for your career, one about your relationship. It might be that you want to tighten your relationship. Maybe you have a friend that you've not seen in a long time. Now you're beginning to build good relationship back with that sister, and you're trying to rebuild that relationship, and you're telling yourself, I'm going to be making phone calls, and consciously sending text messages, to my friend every week. I think I'm talking to myself because I'm so terrible with phone. So maybe that's one of the goals I'll be setting, to build a relationship, with my families and friends. Ensuring, maybe set a time and say every 7 p.m. on a Sunday, I'm going to be calling my mom. I'm going to be calling my aunties. I'm going to be calling my siblings. Goals like that, because what do we want to do as women? We say a woman of grace. A yes is yes, and a no is yeah. She's authentic. She is truthful. She is unique. So if you want to be unique, you want to be truthful to yourself in some ways, there is a way to hold yourself accountable. So if you set times, you set targets and things like that, it might help you to be able to be more focused and do those things that you plan to do. So Divas, this week we're going to go ahead and set those goals. It might not be the things I've jotted down for you to set goals on, but make sure to set at least 3 goals and 3 things you want to achieve by the end of this year. Make sure they're tied to your values and your identity. Because if you just set random goals because it's what everybody said and they don't make meaning to you. If you set it because, everybody's setting it, everybody's saying, I want to lose weight. Everybody's saying, I want to read 1 book a month. But it doesn't make any sense to you. There's no why to why you're setting it. You can't answer that question. You won't really be motivated to see it come to accomplishment. So make sure that whatever goals that you're setting, it makes sense to you. It comes from a place of faith, place of value, and place of being truthful to yourself, so that at the end of the 4 months, you have not wasted your time. You might set yours for 3 months, because I think people are very good at setting 3 months goals. If that is what you want to set, you want to set it and go back and see if you have achieved that and you have accomplished that. Because that will be a good foundation for you to be able to build on. Because if you're able to do that consistently for 3 months, my God, sisters, then we're able to extend it for 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. Before you know it, it becomes our lifestyle. And that is our aim. A woman of grace, what we are seeing ourselves becoming is going to be our lifestyle. It's going to be who we are going to be. So go ahead this week, set those goals. Be unstoppable and unleash your will. See you next week.